Hi, boys and girls. Today's stories are, well, the first one will be, I can lick 30 tigers today. And there'll be some other stories by Dr. Seuss. So I hope you like them. Oh, somebody scribbled in books. Don't scribble in books, kids. I can lick 30 tigers today. Well, maybe 29. You, down there with the curly hair, will you please step out of line? I can lick 29 tigers today. Well, that's sort of a mean thing to do. I'll cut down my list. First group is dismissed. I'll beat up the next 22. I can lick 22 tigers today. Well, maybe I'll lick 13. You in the front row, you're excused. You may go. Your fingernails aren't very clean. I can lick 13 tigers today. Well, quite a few of you seem underweight. It's not fair, after all, to lick tigers so small. I think that I'll only lick 8. I can lick 8 big tigers today. Well, you look sort of sleepy to me. Some of you chaps should go home and take naps. I only intend to lick 3. I can lick 3 big tigers today. Well, it's frightfully hot. In the sun, you two, I'm afraid, should lie down in the shade. You're safe. I shall only lick 1. I can lick 1 mighty tiger today. But, you know, I have sort of a hunch that noontime is near. You just wait for me here. I'll beat you up right after lunch. You telling tall stories? All right, next one is King Louis Cats. King Louis was a proud cat, mighty proud of his royal tail. He had it washed every morning in a 10-gallon golden pail. Oh, whoops. Way back in the olden golden days, in the year 139, a fancy cat named Louis was the king of Katzenstein. My tail is such a lovely tail, King Louis used to brag. My tail must never touch the earth. My tail must never drag. So Louis cats made Phooey cats follow him around, and Phooey kept the kingly thing from dragging on the ground. Well, all was fine in Katzenstein. The king's tail wasn't dragging, but one day Phooey looked behind, and he saw that his tail was sagging. My lovely tail, he sighed with pride. Oh, this will never do. If Louis has his tail held up, I'm going to have mine too. So Phooey cats made Cooey cats follow him around, and Cooey cats kept Phooey's tail from dragging on the ground. Now all the fine in Katzenstein, till Cooey's pride was hurt when he discovered his fine tail was dragging in the dirt. So Cooey made a cat named Chewy follow him around, and Chewy cats kept Cooey's tail from dragging on the ground. And so it went in Katzenstein. Next Chewy cats got Hooey, and Hooey cats got Bluey cats, and Bluey cats got Prooey, till all the cats in Katzenstein were hiking round and round, all keeping one another's tails from dragging on the ground. All proud, except for one small cat. The last cat in the line, the last cat of all the cats that lived in Katzenstein. a most unhappy little cat named Zooey Katzenbean. His tail would never be held up, and poor old Zooey knew it, because holding up a cat's tail takes another cat to do it. Poor Zooey got so awfully mad, so mad he could have spit, but he did a far, far braver thing. He simply yelled, "I quit. I cannot, shall not, will not lug this stupid thing around." He slammed the tail of Pruey Cats. He slammed it on the ground. Then Pruey Cats slapped Bluey Cats, and Bluey Cats slapped Hooey's, and Hooey Cats slapped Chewy's tail, and Chewy's Cats slapped Gooey's. All tails in Katzenstein were slammed, including proud King Louie's. And since that day in Katzenstein, all cats have been more grown up. They're all more demo-catty because each cat holds his own up. All right, I think this might be the last story. The Glunk that got Thunk. It's a fun one. A thing my sister likes to do some evenings after supper is sit upstairs in her small room and use her thinker-upper. She turns her thinker-upper on. She lets it softly purr. It thinks up friendly little things with smiles and fuzzy fur. She sometimes does this by the hour. Then when she's tired of play, she turns on her unthinker and unthinks the things away. Pop! Well, one evening she was thinking up some fuzzy little stuff, and sister sighed, "This stuff's all right, but it's not fun enough. I've got to think up bigger things. I'll bet I can, you know. I'll speed my thinker-upper up as fast as it will go." "Think, think," she cried. Her thinker-upper gave a snorty snore. It started thunk, thunk, thunking as it never had before. With all her might, her eyes shut tight, she cried, "Thunk, thunk some more." Then blunk, her thinker-upper thunked, a double clunker clunk. My sister's eyes flew open, and she saw she'd thunked a glunk. He was greenish, not too cleanish, and he sort of had bad breath. "Good gracious," gasped my sister, "I have thunked up quite a meth." She turned on her unthinker, tried to think the glunk away, but she found that her unthinker didn't seem to work that day. The glunk just smiled and said, "Dear child, you can't unthunk a glunk. Ask anyone, they'll tell you that a glunk can't be unthunk. I'm here to stay forever in your lovely, lovely home, and now with your permission, dear, I'll use your telephone. I'll call my mother every night. It gives her such great joy. She lives 9,000 miles away, and I'm here. I'm her only boy." "Long distance is expensive," sister cried. "Get off the line." But the glunk dialed Texacoda Cut 123409. "Hello, dear mother," gabbed the glunk. "I hope you're feeling fine, and don't worry about the phone bill. It's all paid by a friend of mine. I've just called you up to tell you how I love you, oh, I do. And today I did some cooking, and I cooked some glunker stew. Let me tell you how I did it. You may want to make some too. You take a cup of applesauce, you add a pinch of straw, you drop in 14 oysters, 7 cooked and 7 raw. You beat it up to a frazzle with a special frazzle spade. Then you pour it in a rubber boot, half filled with lemonade. Then you toss it in the mixer where you spuggle it and spin it. Stop, my sister yelled. This costs $10 every minute. Money? Pooh, the Glunk just laughed. Don't think of things like that. Then he said, now, darling mother, let me see, where was I at? Oh, you take it off the mixer when the stew is nicely pink. Then you add a hunk of something, hunk of chunk of luck, I think. Then you chuck in chunks of chiclets. Then you plunk in 7 cherries, and then you plunk in, mother dear, 3 dozen kinds of berries. Now, mother mine, please do this right. Those berries that you're plunking, unless you plunk them with great care, will keep the stew from glunking. Stop, stop, my little sister screamed. It's not a funny joke. My father can't afford this call. My father will go broke. Now you keep still, the Glunk snapped back. He kicked her in the shin. Don't you interrupt my mother when she's plunking berries in. Now, mother, plunk 1 berry blue. Now plunk 1 berry raz. What's that? You have no raspberries? Oh, everybody has. But if you don't have berries, raz, a schnutzberry will do. You have a schnutz. I know you have. Now plunk it in the stew. And he went on talking berries with his dear old darling mother. He jabbered and he blabbered 1 whole hour, and then another. He talked $300 worth. My sister shook with fright. This Glunk might cost us millions. He might jabber on all night. My father will be ruined. We'll be penniless. We're sunk. Unless I can unthunk him. Oh, I must unthunk the Glunk. And that is how I found them. She was standing there unthunking. The Glunk was still talking glunker stew. That Glunk was not unglunking. Could she unthunk the Glunk alone? It's very doubtful whether. So I turned on my unthinker. We unthunk the Glunk together. Then I gave her quite a talking to about her thinker upper. Now she only thinks up fuzzy things in the evening after supper. Those are some fun stories. I used to love those stories growing up. And hope you enjoyed our video. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe to our channel. And remember to tell everyone else that you know about our channel so that we can get more subscribers. Thank you.